cops took our van yesterday. Yep.
The Cannabis Substitution Program, for those who don't know that, is a program where we help people get off of opioids with cannabis, especially high-dose edibles. And we've been doing that with great success for over 5 years now. A journey of first being at Vowed for 3.5 years. We've been in this neighborhood for 2 years, and we've been doing it out of an RV for the last 1.5 years because the city wouldn't support us in being in the store with a license until Health Canada approved our application to be able to continue to do what we've been doing successfully and demonstrating for all of this time, studied by Dr. M.J. Malloy and peer-reviewed papers, dozens of them showing that what we're doing is effective. We have a great letter from Professor Zachary Walsh, the foremost expert on cannabis replacement therapy, stating that what we're doing is saving people's lives, and we certainly know that. And in his letter, he states that we should be not only allowed to continue, but that we should be supported, encouraged, protected, and allowed to expand what we're doing. So we've been waiting for over 1.5 years for Health Canada to give us that license for the application that we put in there. Really hampered by that and not having that license and our ability to meet the needs of the neighborhood and the people that are dying in this neighborhood because of the poison drug supply. And 3 weeks ago tomorrow, we got a letter from, Friday, we got a letter from Health Canada stating that they were intending to deny our application because the cannabis we're using doesn't come from them. So therefore, I guess that means it must not be safe enough for people that have decided that they're going to use fentanyl and heroin and crystal meth and crack. But anyway, because our cannabis doesn't come from them, they're not going to give us a license, and they wouldn't give us a license anyway to serve anybody except those people that have a doctor supporting them in their choice. So full-grown consenting adults who have decided that they're going to use fentanyl and crack and crystal meth, and now they'd like to get off of that substance, can't just choose cannabis as an option to do that with because the government won't let them, period. So anyway, yesterday the VPD showed up, swooped in on my colleagues here and arrested them, and eventually seized and towed away the vehicle, and also arrested and charged me for selling cannabis against the Cannabis Act. And so here today, this is our answer to that, is that now our little keeping a low profile and just doing what we're doing because we are able to at least do that to meet the needs of the neighborhood has turned into a full-blown, here we are, we're doing this, we're protesting that, and what are you going to do about it? Because we're not going to stop. They could probably put me in a cage or kill me, I guess, but other than that, I'm not stopping, and I know I speak for a number of other people as well. And we've gotten such amazing support from the community here since yesterday when this happened. We've had dozens and dozens of people sign our petition that we have stating that we should be able to continue what we're doing here. And so here's what we're doing. And I want to make sure that everybody gets to where they're going without too much inconvenience, but that everybody gets to know what's going on here, and that our government is actually trying to or allowing people to die without letting even citizens intervene that can help with that, and that they're going to make criminals out of us for even trying to do that and use the heavy hand of the law to try to force us to stop doing what we're doing. So this is where our RV was, and now we just have this going on, and this is just day one of a forever protest. We'll see how far it goes, but that'll be up to all kinds of different factors as to how we continue from here. But we will be continuing from here, and we will make sure that everybody knows as best we can what's going on here and just how corrupt the government is and how little they care about the actual people that have found themselves struggling in their lives because of a lot of different circumstances, many of which they didn't bring on themselves even in the first place. And instead what they're interested in is protecting the health and the bottom line profits of the government cartel weed distributors and weed producers. This is a real shame. It's Canada's shame. It's the way that Trudeau decided he was going to legalize cannabis. All it was lies. All it was a hostile attempt to take over an extremely entrenched and beautiful industry that had been thriving for a long time despite criminal laws against it. And they've just tried to take that over to increase the amount of profits that they get out of those particular sales of cannabis, and that completely leaves out the poor people. It completely leaves out the sick people who really need cannabis and need it every day. And it eliminates those people from access who would use it to escape addiction. And the addiction issue is a public health emergency. We've got hundreds and thousands of people that have already died across Canada from that public health emergency. And if they had had easy access to cannabis high-dose edibles, a lot of those people would still be alive. So I hope the people of Canada that have felt the pain of the loss of our loved ones because of this scourge of opioid addiction perpetrated on our society by doctors on behalf of pharmaceutical companies that are corrupt and greedy and all of the rest of that, well, get low barrier access going. Fight for low barrier access. Be part of what we're doing here. We're not going to stop, but we need help. We need all of you people that have been touched by this to get active, to write letters, to send emails, make phone calls, call the media, do whatever you can. But this is a very bad situation. More people are going to die if the government does not allow for access to cannabis easily for this crisis.